Hey everybody, welcome back to CCTV, episode 91, live from the year of our Lord, 2009.
Wow.
First version Minecraft.
This doesn't look anything like Minecraft Alpha. There's a lot of advanced things in this.
Yeah, we're
Very cool.
This is an alternate reality where 2009 Minecraft had everything.
We have a guest. We have the cow.
We have a cow.
An
We have
actual cow.
Does he have a name?
the
No.
cow chop cow.
Well, first of all, no one knows who anyone is here, except for me, who I represent my 2009.
Why do you
skin.
assume that they know your 2009 persona?
Well, because I still play Minecraft to this day.
Did you have? I think I saw something on your back.
Turn around so I can see the logo. Show it off
wanna see this?
proudly.
Oh my lord!
Knobs unite. Wow, that's a throwback.
Yeah. Brett looks like a default character on my end, but it looks like Donald Duck on some other people's end.
Oh,
Yeah, he's Donald Duck.
It doesn't work on your screen?
No.
That's very sad. I couldn't even log into my Minecraft account, so I had to create a new one because I think my Machinima email got deleted, so can't even get that back.
Alec, you're Kermit the Frog,
Yes.
Ribbit,
Ribbit. You know me.
and
Kermit the
who
Frog.
are you, Paragon Nova?
I'm a shark,
Nice.
I guess. I don't know. I must have done this 5 years ago, so.
Cool. So we were going for 2009 versus 2019, but it's like I showed up to a dress party wearing, being the only one dressed for it. That's what it sounds like.
You look good though.
Thanks.
I like the headphones you got on. Casually just wearing your headphones.
I just,
everywhere you go.
I heard that that's what the theme was.
Yeah.
That was a really big thing back then in the Minecraft days. Everybody wore those headphones.
Like the Astros?
Yeah.
You can get your name on the Astros.
Yeah.
They sent us free ones.
And where are we at exactly?
We're up on the balcony of this
Notch's
Airbnb.
This is Notch's house.
Take that.
Why,
Notch
dude,
breaking
would
it,
you
dude.
do that
Take
to
that,
Notch's window and his,
my God.
I don't know what that is, decorations.
Fuck Notch, guys. We're taking over. We're in charge.
We wouldn't be here if Notch didn't make this game, man.
We wouldn't.
You can't. He's like God in this universe.
But he
right? It's
like,
saying,
he
"Fuck
left
God."
he left
Yeah.
the deal a long time
Oh,
ago.
yeah,
God
really
has
is.
abandoned his creation.
Wait, who's in charge of this game now then?
The others.
Peggy from
Jebs,
The
Microsoft.
Microsoft team.
I think they have like a different team depending on the console because it's been ported to literally everything.
Yeah.
So what does Notch do now? Now that he has just
Fucking
so much money?
retired, dude. He's
I don't
got
know. Do
money
you
out
want
the
to talk about
wazoo.
Minecraft the whole time? Like that's not. That was the point. Was just that's where we're
Let's
at.
not
I
talk
don't
about
wanna fucking Go
Minecraft.
down like how Minecraft's doing now.
Let's talk
like
about
10 years later.
Minecraft 2, the sequel. The sequel that's on its way out.
James already has a fucking cow on a rope. And
Hightail, dude.
Throwback
Minecraft
Thursdays.
2 is on its way out from the high pixel people. That's gonna reignite everything about Minecraft. Everyone's coming
Are you
back.
talking about Hyrule, like the game?
No, it's called Hightail. It's from like those the modders, I think, the high pixel modders.
Oh, so we're talking about the same thing. I just said it wrong.
You said a completely different game.
Yeah, I said Hyrule, but
Oh, you're talking Legend of Zelda.
Right. But it's called Hightail.
Yeah, it's called Hightail.
Guys, you heard of Fortress Craft? I hear that's going to be a pretty big
Oh my
competitor.
god, I remember that whole saga. Am I supposed to shake my head when I talk?
Do whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Halo Machinima?
Guys, a couple things. One, the theme of this, because it's ultimate throwback podcast, it's like last week, by the time you're watching this, everyone was posting all their 2009 versus 2019
When's the last
yeah.
time you played this game?
Minecraft.
Hold on, let me change.
Yesterday.
When's the last time you played this game?
I don't know. When we were setting up that horror short, and then I was like, oh, you guys don't need me? Okay, you don't need my account. Somehow I knew what my access was then, but not now. But I haven't played it in earnest since I worked at Machinima, right? But look, everybody's doing that thing. They're like, oh, look how I've aged in 10 years. And I was like, man, we should talk about where you guys were 10 years ago. That could be an interesting topic. And then also, my podcast location fell through.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe that's the
That was the real.
that's the initial lead
That was the real impetus. I was like, hey, that Warcraft one was pretty fun.
Yeah,
This is a good backup.
for those that don't remember, I guess James and Alec, you weren't here.
No.
But we did the World of Warcraft
Thank
set.
God I wasn't.
No, actually
was
pretty
pretty
good episode.
fun.
You would have had fun in it.
That was the episode where we made Sugar Pine 7 hate us. And then they came here to physically confront us.
Oh, even more, thank God. I wasn't.
Yeah. That's okay. Alex and I were at a bar with James and Steve this weekend. All beef has been settled.
Not this James, because this James doesn't go out
No,
to
not
bars,
this James.
but-
The other James. There's too many Jameses in the network, but that's another tale.
Yeah.
So you wanted to talk about what the 10 years later? Is that specifically the topic?
Oh, it's
or-
just a starting point. I'm curious, where was everybody 10 years ago? That's a long time. You gotta think back. That was pre-Machinima for me by 2 years, I think.
I would have been like 1 year into the partnership, I think. I was partnered in 2008, so I would have been like 1 year in.
Wow.
It's probably around the time that they were... When did Respawn launch? Was that a year later?
I think that was in 2010. 'Cause I
Okay,
think-
so it wasn't Respawn yet.
Yeah, I could be
it's-
wrong, but I think Realm launched in 2011, I think. Am I right, Lindsay?
Fact check.
What? Realm launched 2010?
The end of 2010.
When did Respawn launch?
What the fuck?
Well, before that, 2009.
So maybe they were 2009.
Maybe it was then. Maybe it was Respawn. Like, I guess that transition into Machinima Respawn stuff.
That's fucking crazy.
So how old were you when you got into that then?
Me?
Yeah.
I was like 19, I think. I still had to get my mom's permission to sign the contract for the Machinima contract. I needed to get my mom's permission. She had to sign it as well.
Yeah.
She thought it was a scam.
So you were like just out of high school, or maybe like a year or so after that point.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much. Yeah, it was
That's
like
wild.
It was. I was doing Machinima videos during high school, like shitty ones. But then, yeah, it was like maybe that summer or so, or maybe it was a year later that Machinima reached out.
I can't wait for Alec to tell us what he was doing when he was 9 years old.
I'm gonna feel
Well,
really
I have to
old.
think back on my childhood then.
God damn.
I was literally but a babe. Not very much.
You were watching my Minecraft videos.
No, I actually never watched you when I was younger.
Fuck you too.
Wait, James. James, wouldn't you have been 18 around 2009?
Yeah, it'd be.
But your mom had to like
18,
sign the
19.
contract for the Machinima thing?
Well, maybe. Was it? Did I need her?
Because I'm thinking 10 years ago I would have been 16, and I was like, yeah, living in a basement, going to school in Massachusetts.
Maybe
but,
I
like,
just
you
needed
would have
her
been 18.
Maybe I just wanted her permission, I guess, because I didn't know what I was signing up for.
like
I'm
the
out.
draft.
I don't know. I could have sworn I had her sign something. I thought they did have like a spot where my mom had to sign. I mean, I still have my original contract somewhere, so I could find it one day.
Damn.
Yeah, they came out before because I think I got mine when I was 15 probably. So yeah, my parents would have had to sign it, or my dad did. But 2009, I would have been 16 in high school, putting Machinima videos on my Zune. Yeah, hiding my identity from everyone, which is why I wore the helmet in the first place. I didn't want to get noticed by someone in school and get bullied
That's why.
for making video game fucking movies.
Was it not a cool thing in your school?
Absolutely not, dude.
What?
I think back in 2009, a lot of that stuff was seen kind of like, it was just very nerdy, I guess, and nerdy
I
stuff
guess, yeah.
was a
It
little
really
bit-
depended, I guess, because
Yeah.
I was in a nerd class, so like
Oh.
it was awesome for me. Like everybody, like I was so ahead of like
You were the
computer
god.
class. Yeah, like we would finish fucking computer stuff like assignments super early, and then we just work on videos, like me and Joe, and we were just ahead of everybody. So everybody else was like working on their like Word document stuff, Excel, shit like that, and we just fly through it, and then we'd have all this free time to just do whatever.
Yeah, that's interesting because like back then, I feel like there was more of a stigma against
I feel like
kind
when you
of.
say back then, I'm like, what, like elementary school? Like,
Yeah, you asked your.
like you were like
even when I was a
7 years
kid.
old, being like, well,
Everyone's just
we really hypothesized how the mainstream media was going to push this narrative of gaming.
It's just that.
He's trying to see it from my perspective.
It's just
man.
James being 18 years
Yeah.
old and being like, Mom, can you sign this thing? And she's like, when are you going to move out?
Back then, there was definitely more of a stigma against kind of nerdier stuff. I definitely, even though I was a kid, I was still kind of like, I don't really like talking about video games or like me playing video games. Like when I was younger, when I was like,
Alec, you're still younger. Dude.
Around that age. Listen,
When I was younger.
when I was a kid, I would like dabble. Once I got my first computer, I was just dabbling in
Alec, you
random
haven't even
stuff.
had your first beer yet.
Get out of here.
I'll let you finish. I'm sorry. I'll let you finish.
right now.
I'll let you finish. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna go in your face right
wow,
now.
look at that.
I don't like this.
I remember when I got my first computer,
just standing
I
there.
very quickly got into games on my computer, and I played a lot of Roblox and stuff. And so I got very into that whole
When did Roblox come out?
2008, 2007, I think.
What?
Something like that. Yeah, that was my childhood, dude.
Did
That
you
was
play
my childhood.
Neopets or was
It
that just
predated
I
that?
didn't join the Neopets train. No,
The
no.
Neopets?
Roblox was like my thing. I got really into it, and that was definitely around the start of all those machinimas coming out, those video game movies that you guys were certainly pioneers in. And so it kind of influenced me a little bit. I would just make little short films and stuff in Roblox and film it with fraps free.
Do you have any of them? Could we go back and watch it?
I don't
at some
think I
point?
have any of that. I can try to find some at a different point, but I would do that and also like Super Mario 64 on like an emulator. And so I would just record stuff, but because of that, I kind of started to teach myself certain things. That's kind of the whole reason I know Photoshop is because like I would just try getting into stuff like that when I was younger, just off those video game machinimas and stuff. And so that's kind of what thrust me into that. And then I just it's just like, it's funny in retrospect because for me growing up, that was just kind of a little side hobby. I didn't want to tell anybody about it, definitely not in school or anything.
You're not moving your head while you're talking.
Sorry, I need to bop my head. But
You wouldn't
inadvertently-
have cut it in the machinima field, I'll say that much.
Yeah, no, with my Super
No.
Mario 64 machinima.
Without bobbing your head, no, absolutely not.
Oh, sorry. But it's kind of funny in retrospect because like that inadvertently got me a job here over time because had I not done that, I wouldn't have known how to use Photoshop. I wouldn't have known how to use anything, even like video editing related or anything like that. So
many self-taught skills throughout this entire career. It's truly amazing. You don't need to go to school.
is that the moral of the story in this podcast?
I mean, look where we are, dude. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, this is the dream. This is what it's all led up to.
This millionaire's
Big old
house.
in Minecraft verse.
And one college degree between all of us.
What did you do, Brett? Because you were like, was that before, that was before the machinima stuff, right? Before Realm.
It's weird that like, yeah, it's like, okay, well, I was the age Alex is now. That's how fucked up this
Yeah, it's pretty
conversation
awkward.
is.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little fucked up too now.
As awkward as you, as a 9-year-old telling you what the state of YouTube was, and you're listening to him. That's what I'm listening to you, because I'm 10 years. Let's talk to our first sponsor before I send myself into a coma from this ageism that's going to be happening here. Guys, you know about Robinhood? Guys, you know
Yes.
about
Yeah,
wait, hold
what
on.
I do.
Guys, do you know about Robinhood?
Yes, he
I use
steals
it.
from the rich and gives to the poor.
That's correct. But you know it's also an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks?
Yeah, man. Of course.
I have like two
You
whole
have
stocks.
Hey, you've got it on your phone, right?
I do.
What are your stocks?
What are my stocks looking like right now?
Yeah, you got one for free when you installed the app, didn't
Yes, and then I got another free stock for referring somebody, and then it just gave me a random stock.
you? You got all this
So
stock laying around, damn.
yeah, I have two whole stocks. I have one in Snapchat, and then I have one in like some energy company or something.
How is Snapchat's stock doing?
It's been up and down. I can check right now.
They have the best filters, but clearly no sense of a business plan.
Yeah,
no,
but like no way to
absolutely not.
advertise, so
Yeah.
it's not a shoe-in. But you know what? You can get Apple stocks right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're down. Blizzard stocks are down. You buy low, sell high, guys. That's the idea.
Minecraft
That's
have a
right.
stock?
Someone said their friend's
Microsoft.
dad bought Blizzard stock right now because it's cheaper than ever.
Right.
It was kale. Well, look, Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free, baby. They strive to make financial services work for everyone, not just the wealthy, okay? Not just for Notch, okay? Simple people like us chilling on a rented balcony. We could do it. It's a non-intimidating way for stock market newcomers to invest for the first time with true confidence. It's simple and intuitive. It's got clear design with data presented in an easy to digest way. Alec and Alex, what was most useful to you about this app? What do you like about it?
Well, I think people, they complicate stocks quite a bit, and they are often like intimidating for sure. And definitely people think you have to deal with a stockbroker, you have to deal with all that stuff. You really don't. What's cool about the app is it kind of cuts that all out. And you just it makes it very simple to use with the interface and everything. It's just like, oh, here's a stock, here's how much it's worth, this is your portfolio, this is how much it's worth. You can cash it out, you can buy it, you can sell. It's just like very easy. So it definitely makes it something very intimidating seem a lot more simple. The
commission-free part of the software, I guess, is probably one of the better incentives to use it. A lot of investment stock apps or just websites or companies will take a commission off of every single stock you purchase or sell, and that's sort of how the way they make their money. But Robinhood, since it doesn't have that, you get to keep a little bit more money in your pocket, dude. That's always a good thing, my man.
That's right. Other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, but Robinhood doesn't charge commission fees. That's amazing. Simple, easy to understand charts and market data. You can place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. And the web platform lets you view stock collections, so you can target things like 100 most popular, entertainment, social media, female CEOs, and analyst ratings of buy, hold, sell for every stock, baby. Woo! Robinhood is giving our listeners a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help build your portfolio. All you gotta do is sign up at cctvpodcast.robinhood.com. That's cctvpodcast.robinhood.com. Okay? And get yourself some free stock, get your first step into the world of investing, and just why wait? Okay? Now's the time. Buy all these great stocks while they're low because businesses are just making tons of horrible decisions, and you'll profit. Wahoo!
Wahoo!
We gotta move this cow.
What is wrong?
The cow's in you. I can't see your beautiful face.
He slapped it in the butt.
Dude, what the heck is your problem?
Guys, we're not shooting a fucking Let's Play, please.
There we go.
Freaking
Keep him right there.
We don't need timestamps.
There you go.
Yeah, no, Robinhood good. It's good. I like how
Robinhood good.
I like having sponsors that we use and can talk about. It's always nice.
That's the damn truth. Okay, well, thank you, Robinhood. 2009, I was living in Venice Beach in a rented room near the ocean. I lived with a retired paralegal and his 3 pit bulls and a Japanese sushi chef who was also a martial arts fighter.
Jeez.
He would go to Japan and he would train in tournaments. And I had worked at a soundtrack lab in Santa Monica. So I would do all the soundtracks for movies. They'd come in and we'd process them. I worked with this girl who was in, both of us kind of managed all the incoming mail. And she told me about this game called World of Warcraft. And every day she'd try to lure me into it a little bit more. She'd be like, all right, so if you played, what would you play as? Classic bait strategy. I was like, well, I don't know. Paladin seemed cool, but what about this? She'd be like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Anyway, she convinced me to play. I started playing World of Warcraft at the end of Burning Crusade. And that would lead into the next year when I moved to Echo Park and my roommates started working at a company called Machinima, and I was unemployed at that point because I left 2009, I left that job to go work on a Werner Herzog movie that I really wanted to. It was really cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which one?
My son, what have ye done? We shot in San Diego for a month. It was crazy time of my life.
Nice, dude.
But afterwards, I was waiting for this TV show that I worked on called Deadliest Warrior to pick back up for its 3rd season, and they dragged my ass through all of
They had a game of that, too.
They did. They finally came out with the game.
Yeah.
I worked on the first 2 seasons, never saw the game. And then the 3rd season, all through 2010, I was waiting for it to come back, and it didn't. And I was about to.
Is that the show where they pin a samurai versus
Yep.
a a Viking?
Yep, 100%. They did it first. They said, "Whoa, what would happen?" And they'd come in. My job on the show.
Oh, that's true. No, not For Honor, but an actual show
yeah,
where they broke it down. Yeah.
For Honor is basically if the Deadliest Warrior video game was good. But I worked in casting, so I'd have to go and find the Viking expert, who is looks good on camera, but also he's flying.
I'm sorry. I don't want to break immersion here.
you know, I had to be able to use the weapons and all this shit. So anyways, 2009 though, none of that had happened yet. I was just chilling in Venice Beach, working on my future, you know, skills to be a authority on MMOs, so that when Realm launched in 2010, I could come compete against Joel
Did you have
Rubin.
to do research on other MMOs and stuff? Like, did you have to like, did you have to branch out for MMOs?
For 2010, man, they were like, this guy, they brought me in, well, my roommates were like, our roommate plays World of Warcraft all the time, and he leads a raiding guild, and he doesn't have a job, so we should bring him in, he could be the host of this. So they brought me in, and I was like, I play Warcraft. And they're like, oh, do you know about other MMOs? I was like, yeah. Like, it's not like I played them. I played like RuneScape briefly, but it's not like I was like an EVE Online. But they brought me in and I had to like do this audition against Joel Rubin where they gave us like fake news stories. You had to be like, oh, well, today in, God, what was another, like, what came out then? Fucking Rift, I think launched that year, other shit. So I had to be like, well, Rift launched their new expansion, blah, blah, blah.
That's funny because they do that in, I've seen them do that in wrestling too, like for like announcers and like people that do the interviews and stuff. Like they make them, or they used to at least, they have videos of people that would do for like their audition, they would have to like sell this broom to them. It'd be like sell random items. So it's just like some phony thing like that they put in their hands and they're like, okay, sell this to us.
Yeah.
And that's how that's like their application process.
Which is so awkward because you want to feel like you, not knowing what you're talking about is just the worst feeling, much less like in an audition. And so like when they have to give you like a script, you have to just like be confident with it.
Bullshit through it, but be confident in your bullshit.
Yeah, they also made me they had me do a fake video. So I had to do like a fake rating video where I was like, hey guys, this is how we tank 5-man Azul Narub. Oh, the final boss has this thing. It was really stupid. I probably still have those videos somewhere. But anyways, 2009, none of that was ahead of me. I was 26 years old, just living by the beach in a little room. Sometimes my landlord would cook us dinner, but I was just a little doofus, just a little idiot. But I'm the age, look at you guys. You guys are co-owners in a company at the same age I was, but I was still, you know, just like, hey, what am I gonna do? Who knows?
I guess if you would really like call like a YouTube channel like a legitimate company, I guess.
Huh? Accelerated learning, you know? You've been through a couple companies by the time you were, you know, in your 20s, so pretty wild.
All about experience.
But now here I am, 10 years later, going, what am I doing? I'm still playing Minecraft.
You looking down at the ground right now is just the,
Yikes.
just the saddest.
How did I end up here? I'll see you guys later. Go outside. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. Everybody. I mean, I don't know if I really got a clear picture of Alex's life was like. I mean, he'd buy lunch, he'd buy his, you know, milk money when he went into school. And
listen, the problems that you guys had to deal with versus what I had to deal with is very different.
What was your struggle?
My struggle, probably just like doing good in school, which wasn't like too bad for me. I've always been a good student in school, so it wasn't like hard. I was very like when I was younger.
It's a humble brag.
At that, yeah, sorry. When I was younger, I didn't have that many like friends growing up. But that wasn't just because like I couldn't make friends. I was just very shy. So I had a small group of friends that I would stick with, and I was just kind of with them for years. And the school that I went to was very, very small to begin with. Like I basically had maybe 40 to 50 students in my grade for probably up till 8th grade. So there wasn't that many people to know to begin with. And so like my biggest struggle was kind of growing up and being very self-conscious as a kid, being like a very heavy kid. Was kind of difficult for me. So my main goal that I had for a long time, after I turned like, I don't know, 12, I was already like, okay, I've been very shy my whole life. I've been very self-conscious. I need to do something about this. And I've kind of touched on this before in other podcasts where it was like,
you hit that realization at 12?
Yeah, I just didn't want, I was just like, I was always very, very self-conscious. And like, it doesn't matter what age you are. You can understand that from a very young age.
Yeah.
So I started to kind of come out of my shell a little bit around that age, and I started to make more friends. I started to become more talkative. I would pretty much not talk to anybody when I was younger, other than like my immediate friends. I wouldn't go out of my way to like meet anybody. So that was kind of my main focus like when I was younger, I guess, was just like trying to better myself and just try to develop new skills and whatnot.
Are you in a good school or a bad school, would you consider it?
It's kind of subjective. The school I went to was a charter school, and for people who don't know what that is, it's essentially like, it's like a public school in the sense that of the structure of it. It's not like a private school. You don't have to pay to go to the school, but they're not governed by the rules of like the school district. So like we kind of independent. However, the school that I went to was, like I said, it was very, very small, and a lot of the administration was kind of, you know, they weren't really that great. The original administration ended up kind of being completely replaced because they were embezzling money.
Whoa! I was gonna say, like, what's something crazy that happened?
Yeah, that was kind of the biggest thing. But from
you already got it.
It was small to begin with, but after that original administration was gone, it got even worse. And so I didn't really, like, I've talked about like how I never really experienced much bullying growing up or anything, because when you go to a school that small, if you were to bully anybody, everyone would know, because there's only like 30 or 40 kids in your grade. Yeah. So then everybody wouldn't like you. So nobody really bullied each other, which I was thankful for.
You think word would travel fast?
Yeah,
you'd be like,
absolutely.
you could terrorize twice as fast.
Absolutely.
To be the king of your grade and like one bullying. That sounds.
You'd be like the kingpin of the entire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know.
But so. The school just kind of went to shit really fast. They tried. There was like a few good teachers here and there, but they were just very janky. Like we didn't have a schoolyard really. We had a parking lot essentially, just to play in. They really just tried to make the best out of just an awful
have a
situation. No, not really.
What did you do for recess?
We would go outside, but it was just like concrete. It's just a playground. And
So what did you do?
It
You
wasn't
just,
a playground. It was just a
like
parking lot.
Foursquare or something? Like what?
Yeah, we would do like Foursquare. we played like handball against the concrete walls, and
This is like when your parents tell you to like use your imagination and there's like nothing to do.
For real.
Jesus.
It wasn't very good. And it's actually funny because I actually met with somebody when we had our meetup for the Patreon, the Pokemon Patreon. And then they actually went to that school as well. I didn't know them, but they were like a grade or two younger than me. But they also knew. They're like, oh, you went to that school? And it's not like, well, that's really cool. You went to that school. The first thing you say is, oh, I'm sorry.
Damn.
Dang, dude.
Yeah. Wasn't that great. But when I got into high school, I went from, again, a school of 40, 50 people per grade to a school of 1,000 people in my grade. So it was kind of a big deal for me growing up that I tried to make sure that I was, socially adept, I guess. And I learned from a very young age that I need to get out of my shell more and stuff. And I made sure, I think a big part of that was the self-esteem, which is why I worked so hard to kind of better my body and everything and all that so I can be more confident.
It's a big high school. 1,000 people are great. It's a big high school.
That's normal out here.
Your small one.
Really?
Did you ever have Did you ever have to do like a bomb procedure drill or
Bomb procedure?
Yeah.
I don't think that bombs were the priority there. We had a lot of earthquake
You never had a
drills.
bomb scare?
No, we did have. There was
That makes me
one
feel
time
worse
when I
about
was
my
in
school now.
yeah. There's like shooter drills and stuff. It's awful.
Yeah,
The most
I
we
had
had
bomb
was
drills.
the most we had was just like earthquake drills and fire drills. There was one time though that
That's crazy.
I don't
I
know
went
if any
to
of you
high
guys-
school in Colorado and we didn't have bomb drills.
No?
So how did you have a fucking bomb drill?
oh wait, you had a bomb drill?
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess, Columbine happened what year?
It was late 90s?
I was still in high school, right? So, yeah.
Because I think we had multiple bomb threats. So
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's probably why we had to do that. We had like 2 or 3, I think,
Damn.
bomb
Yeah, well,
threats.
bomb threats are pretty normal for high school though.
But that's why
Yeah.
I figured,
Public high school.
I figured there would be more of those drills. But I guess if you never did,
Our high
No,
school
never
released
did that.
13 balloons into the sky to kill 13 sea turtles. And then and then they never had a drill after that. That was our contribution to the culture. So,
wow.
sorry,
Yeah.
Alec, didn't mean to step on that.
There was one time though that there was a little bit of a serious scare because I don't know, Brett, you were probably already out here at the time. I don't know if you remember Chris Dorner.
Chris Dorner. Why does that sound familiar?
There was essentially this guy who had a manifesto and he killed a police officer.
Oh, yeah.
And you remember that? He had this, for anybody who doesn't know, there's a guy named Chris Dorner, and he had this manifesto where essentially he was trying to attempt to murder a couple people. I think they're in the police or something. So he did kill, I think, one person, and it was in a neighborhood near me at the time. So my school went on lockdown for like 6 hours while they were trying to on a manhunt for him. They couldn't find him. And so like that was probably the only serious scare.
You were there while that happened at the
Yeah,
school?
I was in school as that happened. So we were all just sitting in the classroom doing nothing for like 6 hours.
It sounds serious, but in my head I'm like, okay, so some guy wanted to kill specific people and they kept you guys in school.
Yeah,
Nothing
but
to
he
do
was-
with the situation for like 6 hours.
He was in the area,
It's
though.
like that school that got shut down from like across the creature's office back in fucking 16 or whatever. Or these poor kids probably had no idea that a fucking swatting call was like across the street. They couldn't fucking go home.
So
no.
funny, dude.
Yeah, but we that was probably the only serious incident. The crazy thing about that too is that I made some friends. They're some of my best friends now. I made apparently because they live down in Irvine, and so apparently they told me that one of the people on that list in his manifesto was actually one of their friends' dads.
Oh shit.
And so things were pretty bad, even all the way down in Irvine, which is like an hour and a half away. So like in the entire area, there was just a big manhunt for him. They couldn't find him.
That's what I mean though. Like they shut down like all these areas, even though he had specific like hit lists.
You just can't be too safe. I
But
mean,
like, if he didn't have one, would they have done the same thing?
probably
They shut down
yeah.
like all like 2 hour, all the way out like 2 hours of just buildings.
The thing is, if there's a major manhunt for somebody in the area, you can just never be too safe with the kids. You just don't know. If
But
there's
there's a fucking manhunt in West Hollywood just about every other night. So.
I guess. I don't know. I didn't grow up in West
Do you
Hollywood.
guys remember what you were doing, like where you were during 9/11?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I say that while I'm holding TNT in my hand.
Was that 2009?
Wait, let me link our sponsor to this conversation.
Oh no.
Guys, are you stressed out trying to remember what you did during 9/11? Good news, guys. I've got the app for you. It's called Calm, okay? A new year brings an opportunity.
You can't laugh at this.
A new year brings an opportunity to... What the fuck? You're not going to have a story. What were you? I was like, I was drinking out of mommy's bottle.
I wanted to see if he actually remembered anything.
No, I don't remember it.
All right, listen.
That young.
A new year brings an opportunity to reset and establish new habits for our happiest, healthiest selves. Joining a gym, eating better, you know the drill. But improving physical health isn't the only resolution to consider. We can resolve to improve our mental well-being too. That's where meditation comes in. That's where calm comes in, young man. Let me tell you about it. Listen, calm is great. Look, one of the best things you can do for yourself is get into a routine where every day you kind of take some me time, right? Like your brain can be buzzing around about all sorts of shit, whether you're actively thinking about it or not. Calm helps you just kind of, you've got your nice little routine every day where you give yourself a little time to just sort of decompress, give yourself that healthy just breathing, the whole thing, okay? Calm has guided meditations on issues like anxiety, stress, and focus, including a brand new meditation each day called the Daily Calm. There's also sleep stories, which are bedtime stories for adults, designed to help you relax before you doze off. So rather than, watching live stream fails on your phone before you go to sleep, you can tune into something designed to help, usher you off, right? Maybe you want to head to the lavender fields of France with Stephen Fry, or explore New Zealand with Jerome Flynn from Game of Thrones. Bob Ross is even in there, apparently. Whoa. Very exciting. There's soothing music, breathing exercises, gentle stretches to relax your body, and more. It's all good. If you go for a limited time to calm.com/CCTV, you can get 25% off a Calm premium subscription. That's calm.com/CCTV, calm.com/CCTV. And you can get unlimited access to all of Calm's content today at that site. Give yourself the gift of calm and a happy and healthy 2019 for your brain, for yourself. It's going to be a wild year. Let's stay sane, okay? Thank you, Calm. Very good.
Thank you, Calm.
Thanks, Calm.
Can you breathe?
There's some good stuff on that app. Mm-hmm. Just put on some like wireless headphones or something like that.
Ooh.
It's very helpful. Helps get to sleep and just in general, just chilling about the house.
Wireless headphones like the ones you're wearing?
Like the ones I'm wearing right now on my non-playable, well, I guess I'm a playable character. Yes, exactly, like these ones.
I searched your guys' skins in the skin directory. I found you both, but Lindsay thought Donald Duck was cute, so I went with that.
Yeah.
You're gonna be.
Oh,
one
there
of
was.
us.
I had a lot of great options, as you might have noticed beforehand. So, September 11th, 2001.
God.
Where were you?
Me?
Who wants to start?
I was in middle school. I was in the middle of history class actually, and they stopped like everything. They stopped everything, brought in one of those roller carts with the TVs on them, and they just kind of had us sit and watch the news.
They made you watch it?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I watched
goodness.
it. I watched it in school.
But they weren't showing like, or they were.
It was
I mean, I
whatever
guess
was on the
everything
news.
was
It's just
probably
news
on.
Yeah,
load,
whatever
huh?
was on the news is what they
Every
what they
15
watched.
minutes, you could watch a plane crash into a building.
Yeah, I mean, pretty.
Yeah, well, they would have shown that, right? Like, I feel like
Yeah, I guess.
they would have for sure shown that on television.
Yeah. No, I mean, I saw it on TV. I remember
Kind of
that.
bizarre. I mean, at the time, I didn't even really like.
How do you even process that?
Yeah,
when you're in middle
yeah.
school, you're like,
I
what?
don't-
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely got sent home, and then my parents explained what was going on. I don't remember them being like, hey, everyone, check this fucking cool live leak footage out.
Well, I don't think they did that. I don't think my fucking school is that sick to be like.
Well, I mean,
But I guess-
the falling man was from, I believe, a news shot.
Well, there's no way they can filter out what's happening live. Obviously, they're going to be
Right.
showing everything
So
that's
it's like,
going on.
you know what I mean?
Let's
Like, why would
zoom
you-
in on the gaping hole in this building. Oops. Oh, we saw something horrifying. Yikes.
I didn't see that,
Yeah, good.
but I seen 10 times worse. You know, obviously down the line. So I'm fucked up in the head.
You've
anyway.
seen worse than 9/11?
I've seen not in general.
There's definitely worse. I've seen worse videos that
Online.
affected me worse than psychologically than
Yeah.
any footage from 9/11. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jeez. I was watching through like 9/11 footage recently of just like all the news coverage that was going on. It was like a 15-20 minute video of just different news stations as it was happening. That, like, for somebody who obviously didn't like live through that.
How old were you when 9/11 happened? Do the math for
I
me.
think it was
real
only
quick.
2. I was only 2 years old.
Yeah.
Just seeing
Fuck.
all the
crazy.
coverage of it was really wild. Having not lived through that and having not experienced that as it happened, and looking back on it, it's just like it was pretty. Fucked me up quite a bit. Fucked me up quite a bit. I'll be honest. I wasn't really doing anything obviously at the time, but my sister did tell me the same thing though, that when she was in school and her parents pulled her out and everything too, or my parents obviously pulled her out and everything. So yeah, I mean that's scary. I can imagine. I don't know like what to compare that to. There hasn't been anything
isn't
as
anything.
big that has, I guess, like a national crisis where like kids are getting pulled out of school and everything, other than like a local event going on. I guess it's just crazy to me.
It was my freshman year of college. In my first like couple semesters, I was going to like the local college, so I still lived at home. This is before I like went up to film school in Denver. And I went to class that morning. I was like in some science class in the morning, and the teacher was kind of talking about something that I wasn't like fully paying attention to, where he was like, yeah, the terrorist thing, da 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 da. But like, it wasn't like he stopped class. Like we had a normal class basically.
Yeah.
And then after that class, I remember I walked into like, there was a commons area and a big screen TV where people watched TV. And then like, as they came around that, there was a big crowd of people, and I was like, what's everyone around the TV for? And then it was like the plane footage like smashing into it, which I guess had happened earlier probably while I was in that class. And I was like, what? My brain broke. And then I went home, and I was like supposed to go to work that day because I worked at Sears. And like, I remember everybody being like, well, you can come to work, but obviously no one's like in a great shopping mood right now or whatever.
To go to Sears.
Yeah.
Oh,
So my friend was at work. He had a shift right after work. And so he was there in the electronics department. Obviously every TV at Sears is showing like footage of thousands of people being
my
killed.
God.
So yeah, no one's like, yeah, the flat screen looks really good with this footage.
I feel like there's gotta been a situation where somebody was like fucking trying to get like a bargain on like a refrigerator.
Yeah.
While there's just like that footage in the background.
For sure.
There has to have been someone that's like, dude, hey, are you paying attention, guy? Listen.
Yeah.
The one
I
guy
came here
that's
with
there.
this fucking newsletter.
Very busy. My friend though, I remember he's like, are we gonna go to war? Are we gonna get drafted? It's like you're of an age where you're just like, I don't know how this is gonna spiral off. I'm just a little college baby dum-dum.
Yeah.
So we were like, wow, wouldn't that be crazy? And then I remember MTV that day or that weekend or whatever did a thing where they only played music videos all weekend, I think. They were like, oh, it's 9/11, you guys need the power of music. And there were no other shows, it was just music videos throughout the whole time, like in memory of whatever.
Power of music.
Yeah.
That sounds so fucked now. Like imagine that now. where someone's like, we're just gonna play music, and how many people would say, whoa, what the fuck, that's fucked up.
I wanted to watch Jersey Shore to cope with my psychological trauma. And then it was weird. And then I remember going to college later in another common room on a big screen TV I watched when we started bombing Iraq. Like that first night's footage of like, the war has started. I remember being in another common room on another big screen TV watching that, being like, what the fuck is happening?
Afghanistan first?
This was, Afghanistan happened first. I'm just saying, like, by the time, it's just like my next highlight memory of being like in a room with a bunch of people watching something was like, I guess the next year, I think, is when Iraq happened.
Yeah, what's crazy is like, yeah, it was publicized to your point, Alec, where you're saying you have your HUD up. I don't know if you realize that or not.
I just remember.
It's publicized on like a major level, but like, you know, back before that, you would have had the atomic bomb dropping, and you would have had the, you know, things going on in Germany and etc. But that wasn't like really right, like on like television where you could visibly see it. You just have like a radio. Last night in the Battle of, you know, Berlin, this many soldiers fell, but we moved forward onto like Hitler's turf, onto Germany's turf.
Yeah.
You know
And you're getting news that's, you know, shit's
like, okay.
processed from so long ago, right?
But like not all of it was like even accurate. Like it was just for morale. Like
Right.
they would just put on shit just to be like, yeah, we're winning, when it like really wasn't the case.
Because I assume Vietnam, I guess, was that was the whole thing.
Yeah,
like,
that's
seeing that televised for the first time
I guess, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
into your living rooms.
Right.
What the fuck is on your head, dude?
Because I don't know if you've seen that Churchill movie, but that's pretty good.
I've seen it,
Depiction of like how that was handled, you know, because he'd have to give us like announcements and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see that new movie, They Shall Not Grow Old, where Peter Jackson's
that
team.
documentary.
It's
They
all-
only showed it for 2 days in theaters.
It's already out of theaters?
Yeah, they only showed it for 2 days. It was.
Where do you watch it now? It's all World War I footage where they went through and like colorized it and like made it actually like this whole process to see like what it was actually supposed to look like and all this. I hear it's really good, but I didn't know it was already out of theaters. Where do you watch
You
it?
can just play Call of Duty too.
Oh, that's right, you could. Wait a minute, I already know what it's like. Fuck this movie. Guys, you could just do a PvP battle. It's just as good. Let's break his house.
You made a waterfall.
What the fuck, guys?
Fuck
We're
Notch,
renting
dude.
this. We don't even own it.
We're not getting our deposit back, just like this warehouse. Well, what else? What should we go out on? We have. Oh, we need to get up. Actually,
I
we
don't
need to end
wanna
this
end on
podcast.
9/11.
You kept talking about this phone call, so
I think we covered some very good ground here. We learned a lot about our old selves. That's a very.
Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Okay, everybody give a
All
quick
right,
answer. Round table. Here we go.
unemployed.
Anything to add to that? Why?
No, dude, just quick answers. What do you mean? Fucking 10 years? You want to go into 10 years?
Okay.
How old will you be in 10 years? Everyone say that. You'll be 36 years old. Oh my god.
Brett,
This is
what's
not
your age,
fun.
dude?
This is not a fun conversation. Alec,
What?
answer. Your fish are going off
How
the
old
waterfall.
I'm going to be in 10 years, or where I'm going to be in 10
Both.
years?
Your question in.
I mean, I'm going to be 29, so I'll probably.
that makes me sick.
Jesus, dude.
I'll be 30 actually. I'll turn 20
In
soon.
10 years,
Yeah.
you'll be close. I guess you'll be closer
You'll
to
be around
James's
me.
age.
Yeah.
It's the old person.
In 10 years, you'll be that.
This is horrifying.
Oh, where do I
This
see
man.
myself?
10 years, dude.
It kind of just depends what
That's
happens
pretty wild,
after
man.
here, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, we're in charge. Great. James, I don't like this. We can just end this
I
if you
don't
don't like
like it.
enjoy
Retirement.
retirement. Retirement. Retired
Are
at
we
the
just
ripe
destroying
old
this
age.
now?
Yeah, just fuck it up, dude. Just fuck it up.
all right.
Guys, I'll be, what, 45? I don't even, dude, that's... If this conversation has taught you anything, it's that, like, the winding path of what your career is versus, like, what it will actually be is so impossible to predict that, you know, that's it. That's it. Who knows? Hopefully I'll be alive. I mean, that's, like, a good place to start. Just, like, not dead from stress. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching CCTV Live from the magic Minecraft kingdom. We'll see you in 2 weeks to talk about other natural disasters and tragedies that we, you know, happened in our lifetime.
The camera already panned
Hell
out.
yeah.
The camera's gone. The camera pieced the fuck out.
Oh. I blew this up.
Damn, time flew by on that podcast. Reminiscing, huh?
The next song is called Angry at the Universe. yeah. That was Angry at the Universe.